Hello, friends. I hope that you are having a wonderful day so far, regardless of the time of day or night it is where you happen to live. Over here, it is night, and I am filming one of my videos. Today's video is going to be a little bit unusual because it is going to be a tribute video to SJ Chan. SJ Chan was a prolific jump maker and also a blogger who created jump chain content. She very recently passed away over the weekend, and I wanted to do my parts to pay tribute to her and to immortalize her work so that way people could come and enjoy the hobby that she was instrumental in popularizing. SJ has made numerous different things. We are currently looking at her WordPress blog, which chronicled a, as far as I know, self insert jumper of hers. I did not have the luck to be able to know her personally, but her blog was the first jump chain content that I read that was not a jump doc, as in a choose your own adventure document that contains perks, items, and drawbacks. And I am going to be putting a link to both this and also to the folder that I'm going to be showing in the next part of this video in the video description, so that way people who can see it, that way people who come here and watch this video will be able to access this resource. But this is an incredible instrumental tool when it came to popularizing jump chains early on. I am so lucky that I was able to enter into the hobby at the same time that she was active. She has made dozens, possibly 100 or so different documents that pertain to jump chains that we are now going to go ahead and examine. But as usual, the resources that I use in this video I will be linking for anyone who wants to use them themselves and for anyone who wants to read them. I was originally going to show off the very first chapter of her story, but I decided not to do that so that way people could go and see it themselves. I think that it is incredibly well written, and while this gradually changes over the course of her writing career, it's worth noting that in the beginning, several jumps will be in their own individual documents or WordPress posts on this website for anyone who wants to come and read it themselves. It does start off with Pokemon Trainer, and then it goes into a truly diverse range of other jumps. I strongly recommend it for anyone who wants to see what it's like to think like a jumper and to try to chronicle a jumper's experiences. That said, we are now going to go over to her folder so that way we can go and see some of the different documents that she has made. And of course, that folder will also be linked in the video description, just like this blog will be. Hello, we are now over on the folder that I mentioned. We are definitely not going to go through this documents by documents. There is simply too much for any single person to try and cover even succinctly in one video, but I do want to take time to mention some of these special highlights, some of my personal favorites, including a document that we have actually seen and are using in Luciano the Jumper's Chain. But we are going to begin with the 3-minute cup noodle gauntlet. This gauntlet is a favorite of many folks over on the subreddits for jump chains. I don't know how popular it is in other communities, as that is the community that I'm the most active in, but it is a very fun gauntlet that I highly recommend. After that, some of the other documents that are certainly worth noting are Ender's Game, which is a fantastic jump. Based off of the Ender's Game, based off of the Ender Games books and movies, first created by Orson Scott Card. And then there is the Ferris Bueller's Day Off jump chain, which is a very fun, surprisingly balanced, and also surprisingly long-lived jump that, if you take it early on, will continue to benefit you surprisingly further down the line. Some of the generics that lots of people really like, especially over in the subreddit, but I have seen them mentioned in other communities as well, are generic AI, generic childhood, which is one that I have personally talked about in some of my videos, generic fantasy, and generic romantic story jump. Generic virgin is also another very popular one for people who are interested in less safe for work jumps. But obviously that is not something that we are going to be talking about, at the very least in detail, in a YouTube video. One of the other things that is certainly worth noting is that SJ is one of the authors of the Personal Reality Supplement, which is one of the best ways to try and tackle the Cosmic Warehouse, in my personal opinion. I think that the Personal Reality Supplement makes the Cosmic Warehouse a lot more useful for most jumpers than the Cosmic Warehouse would be. Although that is just my personal experience, having done numerous chains myself and having used both the ordinary Cosmic Warehouse for a couple of my more recent folks, and also the Personal Reality Supplements, which was one of the first things that I used to try and make a Cosmic Warehouse like area. There are also other things here, like the Universal Drawback Supplement, which is indispensable for truly countless numbers of jumpers. It is one of the most common and one of the most popular supplements. There is also the Gamer Jump, which is an incredibly popular jump as well, that gives people lots of very neat abilities that I would strongly recommend checking out. But as I mentioned previously, the purpose of this is not to actually talk about things super in depth. It is mostly to go and show people the truly remarkable range of content that SJ contributed to our community. SJ was a lot more than just a blogger. She was also a lot more than just a regular jump creator. She created things that are, in some cases, almost more popular, and certainly in some spaces more popular than the original things, such as the Cosmic Warehouse and the Personal Reality Supplement. I cannot strongly recommend I cannot more strongly recommend that people go and check out the wide range of depths of SJ's creations. And I hope that everyone keeps in mind the sentiments that I have seen repeated the most, which is that SJ is not gone. She has simply begun her chain, or perhaps alternatively, and perhaps more friendly, this is simply one jump of many that she has already done, and someday soon she'll spark. I am truly saddened by her loss, even though I didn't get a chance to get to know her personally. Her creations and the love that she poured into this community was palpable by every single person who experienced or used some of the things that she created. And I hope that in this time of mourning and loss, those who are close to her find love and strength in the communities that she was a part of, including, but obviously not just limited to, the Jump Chain community. I will certainly talk to you all later. I hope that you all have a wonderful day or evening, and I cannot wait for our next video. Bye, everyone.